Having best friends of the opposite sex are a deal breaker. Not a red flag at all, least of all deal breaker. I find guys with best friends of the opposite sex to be more in touch with what my gender wants and means when I say things. In return, having close guy friends mean I get their perspective when it comes to men I might be seeing, which is really helpful on both ends. It's way more of a red flag when someone's partner doesn't let them have friends of the opposite gender. It shows major insecurities and jealousy issues. For me, when my best guy friends get serious with a new girl like welcome to the team, and make an effort to be their friend too, I get we can be intimidating because we've been so close with your new man for so long. And while some guys do say she's just a friend, and are lying, there's a whole lot more people who are truthfully just best friends, and you can tell if we want to be your friend or not. No, it's normal to have best friends of either gender, and what's then with bi people, should have they best friends? I have a lot of friends of the opposite sex and I don't think I will ever change. It feels natural to me. They could be a problem for me, but I can't imagine I would change. It's not. The real problem are those people who say we are just friends, but one of them in fact is in love. I hate that. My best friend is a woman. We are friends for 18 years now. There was never any attraction, but she is funny and a fantastic friend. But she is gross though. A headache I can live without. It heavily depends. For me, a guy having female friends in his life is actually a green flag. If you see women as nothing other than potential sex partners, that's weird to me. Seeing women as people or valuing their platonic company is a good thing. Having a well-rounded friend group that includes people not exactly like yourself is a good thing. I'm bi, so the no friends of a gender you are attracted to rule would be pretty hard for me to follow. But I have also had partners with girl best friends that are boundary crossers, demand constant attention, clearly in love with him, give me the cold shoulder, and are just very obvious with their intentions. That I have a problem with, and it would be a conversation. She is not your girlfriend, she does not get to act like it. Figure out some boundaries or we're going to have issues. I would also feel weird if the girl bestie was an ex or old hookup. Even that I might be able to get over if they act normal, but yeah, it's all about boundaries. I would also not be okay with my partner consistently choosing a friend over me, canceling our plans to go hang with them, etc., regardless of gender. For me, it's a red flag when the guy I'm dating doesn't have female friends. If they want to cheat on you, they will, whether or not you will be okay with them having friends of the opposite gender. My mindset is, why would I want to take away a friendship that could be very important to my partner and take away additional emotional support from my partner? As a female, I also have male friends and one male best friend. I'm also best friend with his wife. We don't see each other in any other way than friends. They open up to get women's perspectives on their issues, and I often want a man's perspective on my issues. I have a few women friends, and one I would say is quite a close friend, as we're comfortable having deeper conversations and will often talk about stuff that is worrying us. I wouldn't call her a best friend as we don't see much of each other. No, not at all, as long there respects the relationship. This best friends is more than your brother when you having a problem. I'm a bisexual person, and my best friends are a straight man and a lesbian woman. Lol, if it bothers someone, I respect their right not to date me. But I'm not gonna ditch my closest friends to make a guy happy. I think there needs to be boundaries. I have a good friend from childhood, but when we're both in relationships we know and 100% respect each other's relationships. I think when it counts we will be there for each other, but I personally don't think it's appropriate to be more intimate with them than your partner. That's just me though. I personally wouldn't be okay if my spouse had a girl best friend that knows all our business. I understand there's some that can see things from both sides, but that's rare. There's some boundaries you just don't cross. Some venting is good, but you do need to realize a relationship is between two people. So in regards to relationship problems, you should be really dealing with problems as a team, not outbranching and getting outside opinions. Typically your loved ones will take your side, and if your partner sucks at communicating, you need a new one. There's nothing worse than a partner who can't communicate. Been there, done that, almost ended up there again, and good riddance. Not always, but oftentimes one is in love with the other. Oh wow, so you would choose to be with someone that would abandon their best friend just because a boyfriend-girlfriend said they had to? Sounds like someone without integrity or backbone. Also sounds like the boyfriend-girlfriend is very insecure. If the friendship is healthy, I think it's a sign of stability. Also, men should probably actively practice having platonic female friendships just to cut through some of the cultural bullshit that gets ingrained in them. People need close friendships outside of their relationship for support and perspective. Trying to make your partner your everything can lead to really unhealthy imbalances and damage a relationship when there's no one outside of it to turn to. And again, if it's legitimately healthy, it can do wonders to keep insecurities in check. As with all things in relationship, communication and transparency are key, and an effort to form trust around an issue like this is essential. Personally, as a man, it's a deal breaker. Some men can hover in the friend zone for years waiting for a chance to strike. Women can more easily see men as friends, but are oblivious to the fact their male friend would sleep with them on a drop of a dime. As a man, I'd rather not risk my relationship on that possibility. 100. Friends of the opposite sex are fine and normal. Best friends, however, are a huge red flag, and from personal experience, just not worth the hassle. Imagine if you were a guy and had another guy in her life who she spoke to every day, who knew all her secrets, who was her closest confidant, and who she would go cry to whenever the two of you had a disagreement. Even if you could trust your girlfriend to not have feelings for him, how could you trust the guy, who you don't know at all, to not have feelings on her, and even more importantly, not to act on those feelings? Don't tell me that wouldn't cause any issues for you. Also, for people who were saying had if t hey re be a well im straight and I would only date someone who's straight, so that argument is irrelevant. I cherish the fact that I have a girl bestie. I take steps to make sure that the women I'm dating aren't intimidated by our friendship, but at the end of the day, I'll never let a girl I'm dating come between a friendship I value. My girlfriend has shown the same loyalty towards me when it comes to jealous guys. After she lost a couple guys she liked, we thought about introducing the other as single or something similar. But that's not fair to anyone. I've had 2 women meet her. Both threw a couple snarky jabs designed as jokes within a week of meeting. I ended things with them because there's a lot of truth in how someone actually feels based on the way they joke. Her and the woman I'm currently seeing get along pretty well, and I have a feeling my girlfriend wants to bang my girlfriend. There's nothing wrong with having a best friend of the opposite gender. Anyone who has a problem with that is insecure and immature, and you should promptly remove them from your life. 5050 on this. I have been in a situation more than once where this has burnt me and others I know. I still believe that men and women can have platonic friendships and be close friends without major issues of attraction occurring. However, I feel personally that in a decent amount of cases, one of them has or had unrequited feelings at some point in the relationship. I will state, I do not think in all cases that is the truth. I would never ask a GF to change her friends or leave a friend because of insecurity, and I would not expect her to wish the same from me. If in the end I get burnt, then it wasn't meant to be, and I wish them the best.